Alright guys, so if you haven't been keeping up with DC, which is totally fine, there's so much to keep up with, they have been doing an event called Batman or Dark Knight Metal, and this is an event that is basically taking all these different dark multi-universe Batmans and bringing them into the main universe to face our heroes. But before that, we have all the Dark Knight's origins. So these are the evil Batman from the dark multiverse. So that's like Batman, something happened that changed them into a dark version of the Batman, an alternate reality version, and it's pretty awesome that we get to see how they became who they are so that we actually care about them, or at least understand why they're so evil. So this is a list. There have been 7 of them that have been released, and you can read them all now. They're all out, and I have done so, and I'm making the top 5. So the 2 that I left out, they're okay, but the 5 that I do list, I all really like, but we're going to rank them right now, so check it out. Coming in at number 5 is Batman the Devastator. Kicking off the list is a good one. The story starts off very similar to a movie called Batman vs. Superman, which I fucking hate. Except after Clark shoots off Batman's hand with his lasers, Batman decides the unthinkable and becomes a doomsday-like monster to stop the Man of Steel. It's the only true way to protect the world because he sees Clark as a threat, just like in Batman vs. Superman. A man like Bruce makes it believable because he has to do everything to kill Superman because he sees it evil. But of course, he goes too far, and then he just starts destroying the planet because he's like fucking Doomsday. Of course he's going to be evil. It's just a really fun, exciting story, and just for the fact that it makes fun of Batman vs. Superman in a way, deserves this number 5 spot. I'm sorry, it just does. Coming at number 4 is Batman the Murder Machine. This one almost was on my top 5, but the ending alone made it just slightly more enjoyable than the Devastator. So what happens when Alfred is out of the picture? Bruce can't cope and starts to make an AI similar to his old butler, except when the AI becomes fucking insane, because that has to happen, it starts protecting Bruce, and that fucking machine makes it that Batman won't die. It will protect it and figure out a way, and it has the smarts of Batman, so he becomes a freaking unstoppable force with Batman in the machine. So with powers like Cyborg and endless resources at his disposal, he easily takes over the world that he lives in. The issue actually ends with him going to the Earth Prime with the other Dark Knights and completely destroying and nearly killing Cyborg, and it just really ups the stakes in the overall Metal universe. So for the ending alone, it made me very excited to read the Metal main series. Plus, he's pretty fucking scary as the Murder Machine. Coming in at number 3 is the Batman Who Laughs. And this is probably the most popular of the bunch, because this is the Jokerized Batman. This issue sees the origin of a Batman who has lost everything and is finally tricked into killing the Joker. He just loses it because the Joker just does horrible things. He's just killing people, including Jim Gordon, and shooting parents from these little kids and making the kids go insane. It's just disturbing. But in doing so, when he kills the Joker, Batman is infected with one last toxin. It starts eating away at him until he is unstable and starts murdering his entire family, and then kills his best friend Superman and his family. It's gruesome title for sure, but it sets up the Dark Knight, the one who laughs, as one of the most screwed up villains, and then you get to really feel like he's going to be the antagonist that our Batman has to really watch out for. Coming at number 2 is Batman the Red Death. This issue takes us to a world of a very desperate Batman. He can't save everyone, obviously. A man with no power really can't do that. He sees Flash and believes the young man is wasting the Speed Force. He needs that power, and he tries to convince the Flash. Of course, the Flash knows what power can do to greedy people or people like that who are desperate, and says, "No go, Bruce." But what does Bruce do? Well, obviously, he's going to take it. So he straps Barry to a car, and then he goes super speed into the Speed Force. And it kind of kills them both, but then combines into a new body, the body of the Red Death. And now we have a villain who not only is smart like Batman, who's desperate, and more so than Batman usually is, or, crazy. And then you also have the Speed Force abilities. This is one of the villains that is going to be the most interesting going into Dark Knight Metal. And coming in at number 1 is Batman the Dawnbreaker. This is easily my favorite, and it's mostly because we get to see an origin story from the start of Bruce's time. So again, of course, you see his parents get killed, because you know that has to be shown in like every goddamn Batman story. But Bruce is given a chance to become a Green Lantern because of his strong will after his parents die. When the Ring sees that Bruce is out there to seek revenge on the person who killed his parents, it tries to, you know, run. He's like, the Ring's like, no go. Bruce is fucking insane. But Bruce is like, no sir, and grabs that motherfucking ring and puts it on. And due to his will of wanting to do what he wants to do, well, the Ring can't run away. Then he just murders Joe Chill, and then as a young boy, he starts, in teenage years, he starts just killing the villains that fuck with him. So, you know, when the Penguin's like, I'm gonna do this, he just kills them. When the Riddler's like, solve this riddle, Batman's like, no, I'm gonna just kill you, and kills him. And then when Gordon is like, listen dude, you can't just kill people, that's not right, he kills Gordon. But it's in the most fucked up way, because right before he does, he says, you have a daughter, right? And then kills him and says, too bad she won't see you growing up. I mean, it's just a really screwed up Batman, and a Batman with some of the most amazing powers. And it's really just so twisted, but it's also fascinating because it shows the true power of the Green Lanterns, and especially the Ring, when used in the wrong hands. But yeah, I am really enjoying Dark Knight Metal. I have actually not read any of the main universe. I'm kind of building up. I wanted to have all the issues out and read in one go. But these origin stories I wanted to check out because I think they're fascinating. Really, there's only one that I didn't enjoy, and that's The Merciless. You can check it out. Some people really did. But all of these stories contain elements that I like. I love origin stories, especially when they're done with interesting twists. And I think that all of these that I've listed are really good in their own aspect. It really comes down to the powers and the characters that you know have these powers, and what makes it different when Batman is the one doing it. And when this Batman is desperate, or he's lost everything, or he goes insane, it's all these different types of Batman, and they bring all these Dark Knights together to make really one of the craziest, scariest forces that the DC Universe has to ever deal with. So in saying that, I would love to see your top 5, or if you just want to rank them all in your list, that would be awesome. If you haven't read them, I truly suggest checking it out. You won't be lost if you just read these and not read any of Metal, or you can read Metal too. There's some elements in Metal that kind of go into these stories, but for the most part you can read them standalone, and I think they're all worth it. Or at least check out the characters that you like. So if you like the Flash, check out the Red Death, or if you like Green Lantern, check out Dawnbreaker, and so on. I think you'll really enjoy these, and that's all I gotta say. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more videos of like top 5 current like comic stuff, I can try to do that. I'm trying to keep up a little bit more now. So anyway, everybody have a good day. Click the other videos of my other comic stuff. I just love making these. This is kind of my main hobby right now, and I hope you enjoy. Everybody have a good day.